You know, it's kind of strange to watch somebody constantly fail and fail and fail and not understand why it is that they failed. Basically, every lolcow seems to have this issue. Your Boogie 2988, your Wings of Redemption, your Cyrax, your Chris Chan, and the person of this video, of course, your DSPGaming. You could literally watch these people as they literally just continuously commit career suicide, time in and time out. So on the night stream, Phil was asked a question about Asmongold, and of course, Phil, he being Phil and being a lolcow that he is, he had to play the victim while simultaneously shooting himself in the foot. I'm sorry if I'm lacking a little bit of energy. I'm just tired. I'm tired, so I'm probably gonna head off to bed after I do this video. But yeah, it's amazing. You literally watch these people as they just continuously headbutt the concrete wall, and they never adapt to simply walk around that concrete wall. They will forever run into that concrete wall until they're dead. Okay, so basically, our boy Phil, he was asked a question by Asmongold, looking at detractor content, and basically, he's glazing Asmongold really bad right now because Asmongold is the only person right now that has a following of this size. I don't think even Kino Casino or side scrollers have the same kind of following that Asmongold has. So Phil will literally paint Asmongold in the best picture possible. But we all know that once this honeymoon phase is over, Phil's going to turn on him like he turns on everybody.
Let's see here.
Oh, forgot to fix the audio. My bad. Okay, there goes.
Do I think Asmongold will be unbiased in the interview? No. How could he possibly be unbiased? He's outright admitted that all he ever saw me was a whole ton of detractor videos. I think for him, the fascination is that obviously he's seen insanely ridiculous stuff in detractor videos, right? So for him, he just wants to ask me.
Okay, now the thing is, if you've watched Asmongold's videos regarding the upcoming interview, he has said multiple times that they're not detractor videos because to be a detractor video, they basically have to have some sort of editing and commentary like what I do. Literally, it's just the raw, ripped videos. So everything that Asmongold is literally seeing in the videos is from Phil himself. It isn't like he's watching my videos. Hey, hell, if he is, hi Asmongold, can I get some of that rub? Thanks, dude. Anyway, so Phil thinks that because he's watching detractor content, that he's getting a biased view, but he's not. He's literally getting what Phil himself is saying.
What really is going on, and he wants to see if my answers are realistic or if he thinks they're all tall tales. And I think that's content for him, and I think it is. Like, to be honest, since he's an outsider to the situation, right? He doesn't actually know the truth of any of it. He'll be able to just like weigh and balance. What's more ridiculous, the things the detractors say or my explanations, right? Because to be honest, I think some of the things I've been through are absolutely ludicrous to the point.
Okay, the one thing I do want to mention, I don't think he mentions it in this video. He talks about how Asmon's going to ask him the same questions for the 18,000th time, and he's going to say the same thing over and over again because that's the only questions he ever gets, or something along that line. Here's what the truth is, Phil. Here's what the truth is. It isn't so much that we want Asmongold to ask you the same question over and over again. You know, the bankruptcy, the bank leaks, cat, pandally, all that stuff. It isn't so much that we want to hear the same question asked again. We want to hear how you're going to retcon it again. Because, Phil, you have a history of lying. And it's to the point now. You can't remember what your lies are. So basically, we're just waiting to hear what you say that will contradict what you previously said about whatever it is that Asmongold's going to say.
Where no normal person would even believe it. Right? Right now, if a streamer were to say to you, out of the blue, you don't know the person, you don't know the streamer at all, right? If they were to say to you, straight up, so someone didn't like me enough, they got a job at Comcast, they actually went inside of my modem.
Okay, now I think this was during the time I took a little bit of a hiatus when I was going to college, if I remember correctly. Did Phil ever, to the people who are watching this, to the people who are fellow detractors, did Phil ever show evidence of his claims? Because I've heard him talk about this a few times, and to me it sounds so fucking outrageous. Like, I want to see proof. Hell, anything from Phil I require to see proof, you know. But this especially, I think I would like to see some proof. Has Phil ever showed anything to back up his claims?
They changed my wireless network settings to be insults, and then they kept resetting my modem during streams. Would you believe them? To be honest with you, I would not believe them. Okay? Really?
Especially because it's you, Phil. I wouldn't believe a damn thing you say.
But that's actually happened to me.
Remember, everybody, this is the same guy that said, well, I could still say a lie and it would actually still be an answer.
True. Without a shadow of a doubt. That's what I mean. Like, in this case, the truth is stranger than...
Sorry, the truth is a foreign concept to Phil. I do not believe anything he says. Sorry, not sorry.
Fiction with a lot of the stuff that's happened with me. So, you know, I'm sure he's going to have juicy questions or whatever. I don't really care. I've been asked every possible thing. There's not going to be any new questions.
Oh, maybe this is what I was talking about, but where basically we're wanting to see how he retcons it. That's basically what it is. Because Phil lies like it's going out of style. We just want to see, okay, well, he said this last time. Let's see, is he going to actually remember what he said this time? I don't think he will. He'll retcon it again for the 13,000th time.
It's just going to be reiterating answers for the millionth time, and I don't really give a shit. So, if anything, you know, do I think it's going to stop him from watching detractor content about me? No. But maybe at least it'll give him new perspective to know that there's a real dude on the other end there that's not like the devil, but it's just like a guy who has to go through all this shit because
here comes the pity me tactic. Here comes the I'm a good guy bullshit that he always likes to say.
These fucking people, you know, do such weird shit. Okay. But do I believe that he's going to become my biggest fan? No, not at all. Okay.
Have a nice drink of that gin, Phil.
So, the Comcast thing didn't end the debate that your detractors go too far. The fact that someone could do that to the largest ISP in America is insane. I'm well aware. I know. But it's what I'm saying. Like, they are nuts. They will go to any extent to try to get a rise or to get, you know, something out of it, even though I don't know what they get out of it. Like, what did that person get out of it? They lost their job.
If this person even existed.
I don't know if they did or not, but they might have. You know, I didn't get a follow-up answer on that. I was told that the person basically is no longer employed and there's no way that will ever happen to me ever again. Meaning they must have put some safeguards in place with my account.
I Press exit out. Press exit out.
No, I mean, that's a liability. That's a lawsuit for them. So I'm sure that whoever did it is probably in huge trouble. They're not just going to let that go, you know? So I don't know. See, so, because here's the thing. When the whole detracting thing started years and years ago, right? They're like, give me a break. Why are they doing this? You could say, well, you know, it's probably because DSP is big in the head. He thinks that his content's the best in the world.
He still does.
It's lowbrow commentary. It's lowbrow comedy. He doesn't upgrade his setup. He doesn't put the extra effort in to make his content any better.
He never has.
Status quo. And his viewer base has been around for so long, because he's done it so long, that he just kind of gets by doing it that way. But we don't believe that it should be like that. We think that he should improve. We think that he should be a better person. Stop doing...
He'll never be a better person. It's not possible for this guy.
The sexist stuff, the racist stuff, the constant, you know...
He still is racist. How many times have you recently saw him do over-exaggerated Asian dialect, for example? He tries to act like, oh, the racist stuff, the sexist stuff, that's the old Phil. That was, 2008 era Phil Burnell. I'm a brand new Phil Burnell. I'm all correct and everything. He's not. He's not. He hasn't been correct for a long, long time.
Sexualized commentary. We think that he should make it clear that he's not serious when he says that a game dev sucks or whatever, because he could actually hurt a game dev studio when he does that he's hamming it up for the camera or whatever. Like, there was all these points that people...
Dude, you still talk trash. You still attack, if not game developers, you attack the industry itself. Hell, you want something real recent? Okay, Black Ops 7. He has been attacking, Treyarch, since he started playing Black Ops 7. You want something a little bit older? Okay. God, I can't recall when it was, but you'll know what I'm talking about. He openly said that, I'm thinking it was game developers. It was either game developers or game publishers, but he said they should be all dragged into the street. And I'm guessing the inference is dragged into the street and shot. Oh, you don't want something that old. You want something a little bit newer, but not yesterday. Okay. What about the time he attacked Microsoft, saying that basically they deserved everything bad that's happening to them regarding the Xbox? This guy hasn't changed. He has not changed. This Cro-Magnon, he is the same loser that has been here since 2008, 2007, whenever it was he came onto the scene. The age changes, the person hasn't.
Used to bring up when they criticized me and they said, well, we're going to detract Phil now. We're going to make this is how you don't plays, and we're going to say that his content isn't good, and we're going to go around campaigning saying he's a bad creator and stuff like that, right? That stuff, to be honest with all of you, I reacted poorly to it first, but in retrospective, I look back at it and I'm like, I kind of understand it. Maybe they had a point. Now, should they have tried to take away my livelihood? No. But
why? You feel that you have the right to say game developers should lose their jobs? What makes it okay for you to say that game developers should lose their jobs because you don't like the game that they produce, but the detractors say that it's wrong that we say that you should lose your job, lose your money? How is that fair, Phil?
Certainly they had a point and they had the right to criticize my content. Today, there is no one criticizing my content.
Yeah, your content still sucks, Phil. I'm openly saying it. It still sucks. Your content sucked in 2020. Your content sucked in 2015. Your content sucked in 2010. It's sucked all the time. I've never seen a top 10 list that was not curated by you that went out and said DSP Gaming is the way of the future. That DSP Gaming is the content creator of the future. I've never seen that, Phil. Have you? If you're not on a top 10 list, you're not making waves. And if you are making waves, it's for the whole wrong reason.
There isn't. No one is validly criticizing anything I do.
Wow, the obliviousness that he is exhibiting is off the scales. Nobody's critiquing me. What the fuck do you think that people like me, like Asmongold, like Moist Critical, like Duty Streams, like KRV, like, oh god, like the side scrolls? What do you think what is it that you think we're doing? We're just sitting here, doing nothing? I wish I lived in the state of denial that this guy lives in.
All they're doing is saying, well, how do we exaggerate, extrapolate, make something out of it that he didn't actually do to make him look bad so that we can have a sensationalist video or headline so that people will pay us money?
I don't even get paid for this. I do this for fun. So what's your defense now, Phil? I don't get paid for this.
That's it. If your biggest criticism of my content is, oh, he e-begs and asks for money, yeah, so does everyone else.
Wrong, shithead. I do not. Who is this everyone e-begs? I don't e-beg. Hell, I don't even have a goddamn Patreon set up. I don't have Patreon. I don't have PayPal. I'm not monetized. So that you're factually wrong right there, Phil. You're factually wrong.
So you literally have no fucking point whatsoever unless you're saying I have no right to ask for contributions.
You don't. Because you have a track history of lying to your customers. You're lying to your viewers. The minute it was determined that you lied about the bankruptcy and where that money was going, if this was a just society, you would have had your PayPal, you would have had your Patreon, you would have had every means to generate money. You would have had it taken away from you. You do not reward people who lie. And you're a liar, Phil. You're a liar and you're a scumbag.
When everyone else does it. So.
No, not everyone else does it, Phil. I have not seen. Let's see here. Have you ever seen Moist Critical e-beg like Phil? Have you ever seen Asmongold e-beg like Phil? Have you ever seen Emaru e-beg like Phil? I haven't. What about Tectone? Have you ever seen him e-beg? Phil is saying that everybody e-begs. That way it tries to justify what he does. Well, if I say that they e-beg, then it's okay for me to e-beg because they're e-beggars. The fact is they're not e-beggars. This is just a cope that Phil is trying to perpetuate.
Sorry, there's no real valid criticism anymore. If there is valid criticism, I allow people to give it to me.
Oh, no, you don't. You don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have blocked me on X. It's hard to fucking talk to you face to face or text you or not text but tweet you when you block people, Phil. And by the way, blocking people on X is a bitch move. You're bitch made, Phil.
And usually I try to improve based on it.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
But
when was the last time you actually tried to become a better person? When?
Outside of that, I don't really know anymore. Like, I think it's just for personal gain. I don't really hear anyone having value.
Oh, yes, it's personal gain. I don't need this to have a nice life. I have a nice life. This is actually what Phil claims that he has. This is a hobby. Well, actually, I say what he has as a hobby. He says it's a job. What I do right here is a hobby. I go to work 8 to 5 roughly, and I come home. This is a hobby.
Valid stuff to talk about, but that's what I mean. Like, what was the Comcast thing trying to prove? How is that trying to get me
If it ever even existed.
to improve my content or be a better person? By literally resetting my modem and putting awful things inside of it that made my neighbors see my wireless network say something bad. Like, what are you talking about? How did that, you know what I'm saying? Like, did that prove a point? Did that make me improve? No. It was just, hey, let's make Phil's life miserable. And I think that's the difference here. There's a difference between, hey, guys like the who were they, SOK or whatever, back in the day, as much as everyone, you know, says today, well, they were crazy. Well, yeah, but they were really kind of the first group that tried to, like, have a point and say, Phil isn't that good as a person. Phil isn't that good of a content creator. Here's the reasons why. And we want him to be better. And by the way, we're going to make fun of him, but we're not going to monetize our content about him. Instead, we're just going to make fun of him, but we're going to make sure that it's always like a criticism. It's not something that we're trying to get rich by doing it. And therefore, we're not going to completely lie about him. We will bring stuff up and try to raise points and issues, you know, but
The only reason he's glazing them is because this is one of the few times he actually outlasted somebody. This is one of the few times he actually outlasted somebody. That's why he's glazing them right now.
we're not going to outright just invent shit. You know, we're
What shit has people invented about you, Phil? What shit has people invented about you? Please, I'm begging you, Phil. Tell us, what have we invented about you?
not going to go to his house and fuck with him. We're not going to try to fuck with his internet. We're not going to do that crazy level of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, listen, I don't like the SOK, but they had some morals and values behind
Phil talking about morals and values is a joke, considering that this is the guy who lies on a daily basis.
what they were doing. Not anymore. Like, no one today does. These people literally just make shit up constantly. We got 2 leaves left. Here's the last one.
Wow, isn't it just amazing to watch somebody play the victim card when they are outright lying?
Uh-oh. I missed one. Oh, boy.
Thank fucking God this is over. Holy shit. The fact that he can just sit there and look at the camera and lie. But then again, to Phil, even if he lies, it's still an answer.